Hello, hello, I'm audible. Okay, good. Now, like before starting the session, yesterday, have everyone you like let everyone join. Then I'll share the notes. Did you like all go got the note for day one, day two, and day three? Like day three, I'll be sharing for day one and day two. Good evening. Good evening. I'll be sharing. Let everyone join. Let's wait two. We have got only day two. I'll share it now only. And see, today I'll be also sharing my GitHub link because we will be copying our CSS code from there, right? Because we will not be writing CSS for like this for our React app. Our React app would be looking like this after today's session. Okay, let's wait for 1 2 minutes. Let everyone join, and then I'll share the day one, day two, day three notes, my GitHub link, and people were also asking about my LinkedIn link. So I'll share that also today itself. So let's wait for 1 2 minutes more. So so everyone is like able to understand what we have done till now. Okay, good, good. So I think I can share the link now, right? I think 2 3 minutes are gone. I can share the link now. See this day one. These are drive link, right? So this is note for day one. Now you can just stop chatting and just like don't go into comment session right now. I am posting links. This is day one notes. So you can just open them or just copy paste this link into your like WhatsApp and you can open them later, right? These are day two notes. These are today's note, right? You can refer these note like for the later of the session. It will like just for revision purposes, right? So these are three day one, day two, day three notes, and I'll be sharing my GitHub link also, right? Like for the like the code base of the chit chat that we have made, that I have made, you will be making this further. Okay, and this is my GitHub link. So for the chit chat, also the GitHub link is also mentioned in the on in the notes. But in the notes, what is happening now? Like we, if you click, uh, this particular thing is coming. This is coming because there is one like the minus sign which is coming. So you can just omit it, and if you go to this, you will be redirected to the chit chat demo. Now I think we can start with the session, right? So this is the so this is all things that we will be covering today. Now, like you from the day one, you are listening like what are sockets, what are user, server, client. So today we'll be like uh, learning like what actually they are. So we will first cover these five theory parts, and then we will jump to the coding part directly. Right. So understand these particular five questions here only. Okay. So now we can start. I think so. Okay. So what is Socket IO? So Socket IO is basically a JavaScript library which is made to provide like a real-time chatting application or to make a real-time server client connection between them. So this is actually what the socket.io is. From the first lecture you are listening that there is server, there is user, right, and we are making connection. So this socket.io is actually a JavaScript library that helps us to write code so that this connection can be made, right? So first this particular thing is covered. Like I will tell, so I'll be using some terms during my coding, right, like IO and socket. So I'll tell you that what they actually mean, right? So when we will be coding, we will be using a word IO. IO is nothing but we will be referring to a server or backend, right? IO is basically server or backend, right? And this backend or the server is having different sockets or users connected to it. Now we are only taking two users, so these are users or socket, right? These are socket which is connected to that particular server, right? Right. So are you getting my point? Is this particular thing is clear what I am trying to say? When we will be coding, I'll be using IO keyword, IO word to mention that it is a server, or it will be mentioned in our backend code. These IO is having two sockets connected to it. Okay. Okay, clear. Okay, okay, got it. Right. So what? So I think this is like the basic structure of like socket IO connections look like, and in this socket IO actually provides us with two two types. Like we will on the server side, I'll be mentioning here. This is like client side, and this would be server side. Now we will be learning about like what are dot on or dot emit. So these are the two keywords that would be used like you can create a very good analogy when we will be using dot on. Wherever we will be using dot on, that particular thing will be like you can think of an example like on is actually like listening, like it is very much similar to listening, like you are listening. Are you getting my point? And by emit you mean that emit means to emit the message, to emit the message. Is this particular thing clear what is dot on and dot emit will do? So like whenever you will be using socket dot emit, like socket dot emit, when you will be writing this, you will be passing some data event in it, and a function that would be performed on the receiving side. So this is the function that you'll be passing in socket.emit. So suppose this is a socket. So it is writing socket.emit. This data event can any string. You can keep like on message, any string. We will see in the coding part, but just understand this particular thing for now. Okay. But like socket.emit would like be sending hi message, right? So this socket.emit will do like it will emit this particular hi message to the IO, right? Now this socket.emit. Now on the server side, we will do we will do IO on this particular data type. Let me just do this thing. IO on this particular data event. When you get this particular data event, perform this particular function. Like in our case, we'll be sending the message to the user B, right? So what happened? Socket has emitted hi to the server, and the server, what the server will do, server would emit like will listen on this particular data point and will send it to the second socket which is connected in it, right? Are you able to get my point? Like what are socket.emit and I like on functionalities? If anyone is having any doubt, just tell me now, because these are the two functionalities that are very much important. See, like, are you able to get my point? These are data event. These can be any data event. Like it's your, like I'll show you in my code base. Later when we'll be coding, you will be able to understand what I have read. What is this data event? This data event is, you can just imagine like these are the, uh, like this actually would be a string. So what this string would be saying, that emit this particular function with this data event. On the server side, this data event would be cached and particular things would be performed. So from this you are able to get difference between emit on and on. Emit is just like speaking, and on means you are listening to it and performing the action. Are you able to get my point? Someone is asking for the yesterday link. Okay, okay, I'll share it in the last. Okay, we'll share it in the last. I'll talk to the DevTown mentor team. Like I'll share it. Okay. So are you clear with this point? See, attendance will mark. I know that attendance is important for you to get the certificate, but is this particular thing is clear to you? Like what is socket dot on and socket dot emit? Okay. Now see, these things would be clear more when we will be coding, right? So we will not waste more time. We will just finish this all, and we will like move forward, right? And see, there are two inbuilt data types, inbuilt data events, that is connect and disconnect. Are you getting my point? So as soon as the connection between the front end and back end establish, or the socket and IO establish, the two data types are recognizable by both the front end and the back end. Like, right? So are you able to see here in this particular thing we are getting connected? So we will be making these functionalities now. We will be making four functionalities. We will be making today this whole thing functional. Tomorrow we will be like going towards the front end using React. Today we will be making front end using JavaScript, right? Front end using JavaScript and all. Okay, you will get to know what is difference between them, but you can just now like keep this thing in mind, that connect and disconnect are two data types which are inbuilt given in the socket IO library. You can just keep this thing in mind, right? So this particular thing is also like clear, right? Right. So now like before starting the coding, I would also like to clear this doubt. Do anyone knows that what is DOM in JavaScript? I'm looking at the chat section waiting for your response. Right. Document object model. So what actually happens when you open your HTML in browser? It actually creates like a tree format. Right. Tree structure. Right. Very good. Very good. Yes, you are knowing. You know this thing, right? So it would be easy for me to understand, for make you people understand. So what actually happen when like you open the HTML in your browser? This particular things create like a tree-like structure. Like this would be your body. Okay, now like use this. I think. Come on, Z. Like this would be your body is having many div tags, div would be having id. So this particular things actually help us to manipulate these document using javascript. So are you able to get my point? So we will be interacting and making our web page more interactive by actually updating this particular dom object, so that this particular tree gets updated, and this would be re-rendered or shown in our HTML page. Okay. Okay. So I think attendance link will be provided. Okay. So yeah, I think your day two attendance would not be marked because it was shared in the last session, and I think I gave you enough time for that to fill. Okay. So now we can move towards our coding part. I think this particular thing is clear. Like what is like DOM, how we are updating the DOM, right? That's why we give ID to that particular DOM, like that particular div, so that we can easily update them, right? So now I think we can move towards a coding part. And today we will, our app would look something like this. Though this particular thing is in React, but we will be making this React functionality tomorrow, right? And today's note I'll open for you. So this particular would be our directory structure. There would be update in message controllers that we'll be doing, right? We will be making public.index.html as new file, right? And there would be update done in server.js and packet.json. And we will be installing some more new dependencies, that is socket.io dependency in this, right? So now I think we can start with our coding part, right? So we are running in our backend. We will be installing npm install socket.io. Are we going to manipulate DOM using raw? Yes. Today we will be doing using raw JavaScript. Tomorrow we will be shifting our front end to React, and then fifth day we will be revise all this thing, and we will deploy, right? Now npm install socket.io. You can just code along with me, right? Install socket.io. Okay, zero vulnerability is found. We will look in our packet.json. It is showing that socket.io dependencies has been installed, right? So this is the thing. And we will go towards our controller, message controller, and then this particular thing we will be updating one more function, like one more controller to in our code. And this controller would be of adding new messages. Now we are moving towards the dynamic, like dynamic app, right? Adding new messages. So it will be start with const add messages, add message or messages, anything you want to keep. Message data, const new message. Const new message would be id as messages dot length plus one, messages dot length plus one, right? Text would be message data dot text, user would be message data dot user, right? And we'll be adding the timestamps to our messages. Have you ever seen that in WhatsApp the timestamps also come, like what time did you give the message? So this is for that I used, right? And we are going to messages. Where is the problem coming? Okay, we'll see that. I think messages dot push new message, and here we are going to return new message from this particular function, right? Okay, now our port is function, right? I think you have added this particular thing, right? Are you able to get my point that why we have added this particular function to add these messages to our this mock database that we have created, right? When you are messaging, so you will be storing them somewhere. We are storing in our mock database, right? And we will export this particular function, add message, right? Hope we can move forward. So there would be no changes in messages dot route, ठीक है, right, and there would be some updates that have to be done in our server.js file, right? So our actually code, that socket.io backend code would be written in server.js, because server.js is serving as a backend, right? So we will be changing, we will be like importing the socket.io. So you have removed the, where, this is the delete all messages there. I don't think so. I have removed. So you have removed delete all messages function. No, I have not. Okay, I have not. They are still there. Okay. Messages.route server.js. We will be requiring those like HTTP and socket.io functionalities in this, right? So we can start coding in this particular thing. Const. See, keep this all thing in the order in which I am keeping. Otherwise, there would be chance that you will get error, because the JavaScript files are actually scanned from top to bottom. So, like maintain this particular structure that I am maintaining, right? HTTP. Okay. Now we want const socket.io, and we will be also adding this particular const add message functionality, add message, or require controllers, message controller, right? We have exported this particular function add message, and we have imported or required that particular thing in our server.js file. Is this particular thing clear to you? Is till now have you performed all these coding parts with me, right? I think. Just say yes in the comment section if you are like okay with the coding part. Okay. Okay, good. Now we will be adding some more. See, these are updates that we are doing. We will be in short time we will be moving towards the socket.io connections, right? Okay. Okay. Now this is app.server. Good. Hmm. Right. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Now we can make const server as http dot create server in the app, right? And we will be making const io as new server. We will be passing server in this course. We will be using course here, that we have already told that what are these. Course origin star. Methods would be get and post. Right? So I think I'm missing something. It is saying, okay, server. Okay. So it is that it is actually important to run our terminal in the development mode, so that you can just get the errors like in the real time, and you can just change them, right? So okay, now these are the middleware. So we will add one more middleware, that is app.use express dot static and public, right? Okay. Oh, we have done this. Okay, nice. I think this particular thing is clear to you. We have added one more middleware, right? Though I have shared the GitHub link, you can also see the code there, right? But don't copy paste it from there, right? The thing that needs to be copy pasted, I'll tell you, that would be CSS, that we will be making shortly, right? Now in this particular thing, see, I think you can just make this particular like app.get this particular route if you want. If you don't want, you can just leave that, right? Test client get index.html. This file we will be creating just now, right? Now we will be like moving towards the socket connection in backend. So I think everyone knows that what is the backend or the server name of the socket. I have already told you, if anyone has remembered it, right? What we call the server. Do you know what is the server called with the name? No, socket is the is on the front end. The back end is IO, right? Let me make you this thing clear from here. IO is the server or backend, right? Rohan is right. IO. So what we will be saying? We will be saying IO on connection. I have already, right, good. IO on connection with a particular socket. This S would be small. Keep this thing in mind. With particular socket, you have to do something, right? We will make him perform some things. So now, for now, we will be making console.log user user connected user socket id. This particular socket id is socket.id, right? And now we will be making our front end connection too with this particular thing, right? We will go to our backend. We will make a new folder with a public. In this public folder, we will be making another file which is index.html, right? So now you can go to my GitHub link. Now I'll be like copying the what you say, the CSS part, right? Go to our public index.html. Now, okay. So you can just make a exclamatory mark and just press enter. This is actually a short exclamation mark. This is a shortcut for like getting the whole structure, right? Okay. So this is like the okay. Now you can copy this particular styles from here. You can actually copy this whole head part. Right. Now you can have you like opened my GitHub and copied this particular thing, because body we will be writing together. If you I am looking at the, so one is saying, so socket IO means coming out of the socket port. Just wait for a minute. I think your old doubts would be cleared at the end. I think all have copied the CSS, have taken the CSS out of the GitHub. If yes, you can just say in the chat box. So now we can start with our like the main section. That is, we will be making our HTML dev class container. In this dev, there would be another dev, which is class header. This class header, and in this particular div we will be writing h1 uh, real-time chat, right? And in this div we will be also mentioning our dev class status. So are you able to get my point why these are class mentioned? So that this particular div is having the CSS applied to this status, right? You can just check in the CSS. Okay. Now id as a status, and you can say connecting. Right. So now we will be mentioning dev id. id would be messages, right? There would be another div which is class typing, and we will be providing id to this particular div, id as typing. So we are giving the id so that we can easily like manipulate the DOM, right? In div class input area, we will be mentioning the input input type. See, you can also copy paste that. Okay, to use the style written in style tag. Okay, so type is text. What is happening in this? What problem is it facing? Okay, you can just use input For now, input type would be text. Okay, the ID would be user input. The placeholder of this particular thing is your name. Okay, and the value is user. So I think you all are familiar with this, that what is all written here, right? There would be another text, but the ID would be message input, and type your message. The placeholder would be type your message, right? You can remove this particular thing, and there would be button, which will be catering the ID, send button, and send. So now if we open our localhost 5000, so command S to make it prettier. So see, are you able to see that what is the CSS that is looking like? Did you got the same CSS? So now we can start like with our socket.io connection in the front end. We will add script source socket.io socket.io.js. So in this particular thing, the front end will get the socket.io connection, right? Now script. Now we will be mentioning const socket as io. Okay, now we will be taking message dev document. Now we will be mentioning all like now just take an example of all these things. Message dev document dot get element by id. The message dev is having a id of messages. Are you getting my point? This message dev, there would be a message dev which is containing in like messages. See the IDs messages. So the style is the design rules for your page. It can be, I think now you got the oh, you are solving your own doubts in the live chat section. Okay, you can focus on here, and then I'll take the doubts at the end, right? So like in the similar manner you can just take all these divs out, all this particular thing, right? So I can just, if the time we can save the time, we should save the time, because everyone knows that what we are doing here, right? So now our motive, particular motive is to make this particular thing as to show that the connecting thing, to make it as a connected, right? To make this particular thing as connected. So what we will do, so I have already told you to keep that those two keywords in your mind: connection and disconnect. So these are two data events that are inbuilt in the io like socket.io. So now you will able to see that particular thing, connection status. Okay, right? Socket, we will be saying socket on connect, like on socket on connect. You have to do something, and what that particular thing you have to do, status dev dot text content content to be showed as connected, right? And console.log, we are consoling so that it is good to console during the development phase. Like we will remove these all console dot statement at the end, right? Now what we have done, we have done that state.div, this particular thing now uh, at this point is having connected. So what we have done, once the establish got connect, so once the establish get connects between the socket, we want the status div to be connected, right? So I think now this particular thing would be connected. Oh, why it is not? Okay, you can go to server.js. Are you able to get my point that what we have done now? Okay, so let me make one more like socket dot on disconnect. There is one this functionality also, disconnect, right? Everyone got, I'm looking at the chat section that everyone got that what we have done now. Got it, right? Now we can make status.div dot text content. Attendance link I think have been shared, will be provided at soon, I think at 7:45, right? Text content as disconnected. Okay, so this disconnect, I think this is a typo that I have done, right? I think I am able to make my sir nothing in the GitHub repo. uh, you can just see the URL, right? What I like this, when you open the URL there is a small typo, you can just remove this typo, this particular thing, and then you will be redirected towards the towards the right. Okay, is that thing clear? GitHub is showing. I think I am able to make my point clear that what we have done here, right? What we write in script, we are writing actually the in are you talking about in index.html? Are you talking about index.html, like what we are writing in script? See, attendance form has been given in the link. So yesterday, I think some people have missed. So I think that would not be shared for the day two. Now you can just kindly mark your attendance first, right? Because it is good for you, right? Now we will move further. Today we will be implementing two functionalities only. We can implement uh, two more functionalities tomorrow, right? We can start with two functionalities. right? To show, like, what are you saying? Why connect to the server is not printing? Okay, let me restart the server. Yes, it is not actually, right? I think I have to look into it. What is happening? Okay. There is one missing statement here. Okay, wait for a minute. I have not added const socket uh, .io. Now I think this particular thing will work. Uh, I think why it is not connected. What is happening? Right, you are right. I think there is some missing statement in this particular thing. Socket, we have made the connections, right? I think there is problem in this particular link. We can just check. Oh, where is the link? Socket.io. I think this link is not correct. I have not written that correct. Are you able to get the point? Oh, it's not showing again. So like we can look that particular functionalities tomorrow, but are you able to get the point that how the flow is working in the connection, like how the socket is connecting and all those things? Are you able to get the, like, what is going to happen? I looked this particular thing. I think I have missed something. Let me check. Okay, see, path is coming, extension is coming. So I think let's debug it right now. Otherwise, okay, now what's happening? Server.js, console dot. This should have got the idea, right? You are writing. Okay. So now I think we can move forward. Now I think you got like the idea how the control flow is working. So there I think there is some error that we will be resolving tomorrow, right? We can add one more functionality, right? I'm not able to find it now. We can uh, come tomorrow and to do that. So now I will be implementing the second functionality, right? Okay, okay. It should have come, right? But okay, let's see it tomorrow. But now we can move towards like new functionality. So like we go to index.html. We will be this is for the system messages, right? You can just code along with me. I am continuing because I'm not able to find the what's going wrong in this particular thing. Message data display message. This particular is a function that we will be passing data and system, right? And there would be a function that we will be passing, right? Function display messages data and type data and type. We are messaging const message dev document is document.create element dev, and in this message dev we will be seeing dot class name as message dollar type. Now see, in this particular thing what we are happening, that we will be displaying messages for different css with different css, right? If system, then message dev dot inner html would be like dev class. I think some people are saying that they are not able to see. Even I am not able to see. So I think let's debug that first only. We can move towards the second functionality and third functionality tomorrow, right? I think that particular thing should be debugged first. If that particular thing is not debugged right now, we will continue the this particular thing tomorrow, right? Okay. Now I think we should start. What's happening? Is there anything that I missed out? Okay, connected to server. Okay, now there is server.js. Uh, Sir, in GitHub there is 45 lines code showing an index. Sir, please solve it this issue. I'm not able to copy when I found this. Okay, what are you saying? Which 45 line code? Mine is showing a full code here. Uh, what particular thing are you not able to get? I'm looking at the chat section. What problem are you actually facing? See, I think there is some issue at your end only. This is the link. Everyone, this particular link is like the main link for the code. I'm not able to get what all things are you not able to get. Okay, now I think I should like first debug this particular thing. Otherwise, we will continue the session tomorrow. Okay. I think yes, he is looking at that particular thing. Okay, now let me do some debugging. If there is some, I can now. Otherwise, we will continue tomorrow. Okay. Hmm. I think we can continue tomorrow because I am not able to get where is the like on connection, IO on connection, IO on connection, socket ID, right? Hmm. So yes, I think we can continue tomorrow because I think I have installed all the dependencies. I'm not able to get where the problem coming is, from where that problem is coming. Let me do that thing. One more time. Okay, it's not coming up there. Okay, so we can continue tomorrow. I'll see the particular thing. I think there's some code I am able to not get it now, right? We will continue the session tomorrow and we will add all the functionalities. I think any doubt in this particular session, like in this particular theory part that I have covered. I think there is no doubt. I hope all have filled the attendance form, right? You can. I am waiting for 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes more, so that you can fill the attendance form. Right, right. That error is coming. I think I have to look it again at the code base, right? Right, right. That this particular thing is not hitting. The screen, I can see what you actually type. See, this particular thing I think is an issue of this stream.io, like not stream.io, this is StreamYard platform. I think this is the max, like because it is actually a live telecast. I think there is some issue in that also, right? So code is not a problem. The real problem face when the error. Worry, sir. We are ready for tomorrow. Okay, nice, nice. Can you explain briefly theory part now or tomorrow? Are you asking for that particular thing now or tomorrow? Like for the theory part, are you willing to listen now or tomorrow? See, because we can like shift the forming or this particular thing in React on the fifth day of the boot camp. It is very short because deployment will take only 1 or 2 minutes. No, I am asking to Mohammed. He's asking, can you explain briefly theory part? We will see that particular thing tomorrow. We can see. Sir, unable to fill yesterday attendance link. See, I think I have asked the DevTown team, and they are saying that you can only fill the attendance form in like the the live chat section, like on the day it was published by the DevTown team. Yes, I will send the documents. Okay, let me just again send the document. Oh, Okay, these are notes for day 1, day 2, and day 3, right? So we can look tomorrow. I think there is some code that I am not able to, because it is not an error showing not error. So I think there must be some code that I have probably missed. Okay, now I'll come tomorrow. Sir, see, I don't know about this particular thing. I will tell you after. Like, I think you need 5 by 5 attendance. I'll ask them if they can share. I think they have like strictly said no to this particular thing, like filling attendance on the next day. But I'll ask them and I'll convey to you that particular thing tomorrow. Right? You can just look to the notes for the revision purposes. For the revision purpose, right? Okay, now I think I can end the session, and think you have filled the attendance form. We will continue with the coding part tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be doing with the part. Okay. Okay. Goodbye. Good night. Bye.